Senegence has a brand new brow product and I'm so excited to share it with you. I'm going to teach you how to frame your brows, how to fill them in, how to shape them, and how to use this amazing new brow pencil. What's really great about this brow pencil is it is waterproof for one. It has a really fine point to it. It's not too waxy, it's not too soft, it's not too hard. It's just right. It grabs onto the skin and allows you to make those short little flicking motions to create that hair-like effect in your brows without too much color. It's also waterproof and sweat proof and long lasting, so it's going to be great for this summer. It's not going to like rub off or sweat off on your face. Your brows are going to be there all day. How great is that? And then on the other side is a micro spoolie brush. So this is great for distributing the product through your brows and then also shaping your brows and brushing them in the direction that you want your hairs to go. So when we first start to get our brows in the shape that we want, we should start with grooming, right? So I would get your little spoolie brush and brush your brow hairs straight up. You can get a pair of cuticle scissors, like small little scissors. I should have grabbed some before coming in here. Let me go get mine. And then you can get your cuticle scissors and just trim them to make them a little bit shorter and more uniform. I trimmed mine recently, so I don't need to trim them again, but sometimes you'll get some really long stragglers and it's a great time to trim them before or while you're shaping them, especially if you're using our brow cream or the brow gels. They both have Capixyl in them, and Capixyl is a hair growth serum. So if you have very thin sparse brows, the brow gel and the brow cream are going to be your best friends because they will help to grow your brow hairs back. After you groom them, you can go in with some tweezers if you need and just trim up around the edges. Be very careful not to over pluck, because we don't want to get rid of our brows. We just want to get rid of any stragglers that are on the outside of our brows or on the center here, just to clean up around the edges. Okay, let's get into brow shaping and mapping out your brows, brow mapping. So where should your brows start? That's the first question, right? Get your brow pencil and go up from the corner of your nose to the corner of your eye and straight up, and that is about where your brow should start. It is very common for brows to be a little bit inward, so I would go ahead and put a mark right here where your brow should start. And luckily this side of my brow is pretty straight. My other side, it comes in a little bit too far, so I like to fill it in just a little bit, just a smidge on this side. So you can put a mark where your brow should start. So now to find that arch of your brow, that's the high point of your brow. And a lot of times the brows just kind of go in a subtle arch, kind of like I have, like a rainbow shape. And we do want to define that arch a little bit more. So when you're looking straight ahead in a mirror, you want to start at the corner of your nose, then go across your pupil, the black part of your eye, and straight up from there. That is about where your arch should be. And then you can go ahead and put a little dot there. Like I made my dot a little bit high. I'm not gonna make my arch that high, but that's about where it should be. So right below that, where my natural hairline is, that's where I'm gonna make my arch. And the tail of your brow, you wanna go from the corner of your eye to the corner of your nose and straight up from there, and that's where the line of your brow should continue and end about right there. And it is very common for brows to end short of where they should be. So that is the frame or the map of where your brow should be. And now we just connect the dots. So we get our pencil, and the key is to not make this front part too thick. We want it to be a little bit thinner here and then gradually get a little bit darker and thicker as the tail goes on. And you could also use 2 different brow colors if you want. Our brow pencils are so versatile. Many people can wear 1 to 2, maybe 3 different shades. I'm gonna use the color ash brown today. We have 7 different shades, and if you want a color match, just message me and I'll help you out. So the front of our brows, the start of our brows, we don't want them to be too thick. It's better that they are lighter and thinner, and we just make short little hair strokes straight up to fill in this part. And now I'm going to we want kind of a line from the bottom of the start to our arch. So I'm just gonna do short little strokes this way up to the dot that I made where my arch should be. So we have a line right here. And then I'm just gonna make short little motions, short little strokes to fill in the rest of the area. And I'm gonna go on the upper part of my brow here too, because it gets a little bit thin right on top. And then with the tail, again, we just connect the dots from this line down to the bottom here. And I'm going to make it a little bit longer. And there we are, and you can see how easy that was to do. This is going to make your routine so much easier and faster. And now we can see the difference, how it's a little bit longer, it's more defined. I added more of an arch there, and it looks so much more framed and polished. Don't forget to get the spoolie on the other side and just brush the product through. And that's gonna make it look real smooth and distribute the product real evenly and get your hairs going in the shape and direction that you want them to be. I love this micro spoolie. It's nice and tight and compact and really gets the job done well. To complete your brows, don't forget your brow gel. This is going to hold your brow hairs in place. It also has Capixyl in it, like I mentioned before, so this is gonna help if you have really thin or sparse brows. This will help your brow hair to grow back naturally. So this is brow gel. It just gives like a nice laminating look. I'm gonna link both of these products down below in the comments so you can grab them real easily from my website.